Oh, hey, you're here. Fantastic, because today I planned on telling you 50 random things about me. Let me give you a few quick teasers, if you will, just to make sure you watch to the end. Number 38, for example, I probably shouldn't talk about, but I mean, if he was going to press charges against me, he would have done it by now. Have you ever wondered what turns me on? Then number 44 is for you, my little freak. And number 50 is about some of you. This is 50 random things about me. Let me know in the comments if you can relate with any of these. My name Armstrong originates from a Scottish clan of border reavers. That's an example of our coat of arms. I have a horrible fear of flying and personally don't believe it should be done sober. My favorite color is purple. I hate math so much that it makes me cry. I hate crying. Generally speaking, pretty much my whole life, I have almost always had more male friends than female friends. At various times in my life, I have in fact injured not one but both of my eyeballs, cut both of the lenses at various times, and had to wear eye patches. Ridiculous. This ring I wear every day. It used to belong to my mother, and before that, it was my father's mother's, and I always just really loved it. I have 13 tattoos at the moment. I always sleep with a blanket, even on the hottest of days. I find it is necessary to straddle and cuddle with. I also think too many pillows is very, very, very necessary. I've only been to Africa once, to Tunisia, and it was really magical. Tunisia is magical. Punk rock legend Henry Rollins and I share a birthday. I also think he should go on a date with me. Just one date, Henry. 13 is my lucky number. You know, out of all of the major cities I've ever visited, Amsterdam is my favorite. The saddest place I ever visited was a place called Yekaterinburg, Russia. Due to complications and difficulties with communication, there's a couple border control workers on the border between Serbia and Croatia that think I am a singer. My band looks suspiciously like Bloodhound Gang. No matter how many times I tried to explain to them I just sell the t-shirts, they just kept calling me a singer. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be an archaeologist when I grew up. I was fascinated with ancient Egyptian history and the pyramids. I plan on becoming German in the not-so-distant future. One night, years ago, I went to a concert in Nuremberg, Germany. That's about in the middle of Germany. Woke up the next morning on the border to Switzerland. One alcohol-infused night in Berlin, security actually had to pull me back, hold me back from fighting a German rapper. I never should have bothered. He was just one of them kids. I love Italian food, especially anything smothered in tomato sauce. One time, a guitarist that some of you may know punched me in the head. Don't worry, I punched him back. I have always loved Barbie. Had some moments as a kid, though, that my parents were a little concerned because I had a tendency to chew on her hands, chew on her feet, and even shave some of their heads. I was a weird kid. I've been engaged twice, married once. We all make mistakes. I believe in karma, but I also believe that sometimes karma needs a little help getting started. I love a wide variety of music, but no matter what music I'm listening to, I prefer it so loud that I can feel it in my body. Trust me, that's really loud since I went deaf in 1 year. Ik wou dat ik beter Nederlands spreken kon. Ik wou dat ik beter Nederlands kon spreken. Maar mijn Nederlands is niet goed. My favorite horror film is The Shining. You know, I don't really like romance films, but if I had to pick one as my favorite, it would be Say Anything. My favoriteest film of all time? Well, that's a little weird one called One Crazy Summer. You know, I was about 7 years old when my dad decided to start teaching me little self-defense techniques. Like how to properly make a fist and how to properly throw it by putting your body into it. And I loved how when I showed any fear because I was just a small girl, he would say things like, "The bigger they are, the harder they fall, kid. And never forget, your legs are always stronger than your arms. All you gotta do is get them on the ground. Your legs are always stronger than your arms, kid." That was crazy in all the right ways. I believe in ghosts. I also believe that I one time saw a UFO. And of course, this was when I lived in a trailer, but I got a witness. My favorite classic TV show of all times is called The Young Ones. You know, of all the famous people I've met, the one that most impressed me in so many ways is Billy F. Gibbons of ZZ Top, no doubt. That man has talent beyond belief and is a humble and kind gentleman as well. Really a great human, and it was an honor to meet that guy, I'll tell you that. No offense to anybody else. One of my fondest memories of being on tour with musicians would have been the time I woke up, got off of my tour bus in the south of France to find out that our backstage led directly into the Mediterranean. I swam that morning in the bluest, clearest, cleanest, warmest waters I've ever swam in. It was so beautiful. The south of France is so beautiful. But that swimming in those waters, was epic for me. The band I worked for that left me with the craziest memories, a lot of which I just don't even know how to begin to share with you guys. Well, clearly, that's gotta be the Bloodhound Gang. Crazy memories, but mostly good. I have in the past, on occasion, felt the need to punch Evil Jared, the bassist of the Bloodhound Gang, for a variety of reasons, all legitimate, in a variety of locations, and I may or may not have knocked him actually out once. Sorry, Jared. Sorry, not sorry. I love to travel. If I could be doing anything in the world right now, it would be to travel. And if I could travel anywhere in the world that I have not been yet, it's gonna be Egypt. I've wanted it since I was a kid. One day. The fear of heights and ledges that I already had almost my whole life was made worse by the stupid tumor I had in my head. Like now, full-on vertigo is triggered even just by watching films on YouTube that are like on edges in high places. I find this bizarre. It's not easy to get used to either. Not comfy. I have always been enamored with the idea of living on a houseboat. Okay, not always, but at least since the first time I stepped foot in Holland. They're adorable Dutch water trailers. One time in Estonia, after way too many Bloody Marys, a friend and I got the bright idea to try on everything free in the hotel suite we were in. I think we lost a few days there. Estonia is cool. When it comes to attraction, my biggest turn on is humor. I love to laugh. At the same time, my biggest turn off is arrogance. A big ego can make the hottest man ugly. I love cheesecake, but I feel like the Germans often ruin it with raisins. I have been known to refer to raisins as being nature's boogers. In the past, I have had to, for one reason or another, physically remove what I'll refer to as a groupie from a tour bus or a backstage room for a variety of reasons on a variety of occasions. Ridiculous. When I was a kid, most of the family vacations that I went on were to go camping, and I still often long to go camping. My best friend has been my best friend since I was about 15 years old. And every Friday night when we video call to drink a beer together, we begin our conversations often with insulting each other. Random fact number 50 is I'm in love with some complete strangers. Two different Sebastians, two different Susannes, or maybe Suzannes, Stefan, Andreas, Eva, or maybe it's Eve, Katja, Achim, Ari, Aurelius, Michael or Michael, Frank Volker, Konstantin, Bernd, and a few anonymous people. I want to thank you folks so much. With all I've been going through recently, I really don't think you guys know just how much you really helped me out. So, random fact about me number 50 is I love you guys and I thank you guys. So, 50 random facts about me. Do you think you know everything about me now? Do you have any more questions? I may elaborate on some of the things I mentioned in this video at some point in another video, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. And with all that said, I hope you go and enjoy the rest of your day or night. And until we meet again, take care of yourself.